Well, I'll tell you what, this is a fantastic situation. It's a bit of a win-win-win when you've got, well, the gifts, the ease of it, and also it's economically good and environmentally as well.
Look, it's been fantastic. The product itself is awesome, particularly in the current climate. It's safe to shop. You can just go online and purchase it. You don't have to actually leave home. You can record a video message. You can actually personalise it, which has always been one of the big bugbears about using a gift card. Now you can personalise it with an audio message. My kids were singing into grandma's gift card or a video message. And you schedule delivery. So, if you want it to be there on the morning of Christmas Day, so some people want it to be there at 12:01 a.m. and others wanted it to be there at a particular time because they were turning up. And then the recipient gets to shop wherever they want. It's a universal gift card. It sits in their phone, in their email or in their wallet, and they can use it in online stores, or as we saw yesterday with the early start to the Boxing Day sales, we saw a lot of people using it to take advantage of those sales.
I bet you saw a bit of a spike, did you? Maybe after lunch, everyone's like getting online and going, right, I'm going to go and spend up.
Pretty much. 2 p.m. was the magical time. It was crazy up until 11 a.m. with some last-minute gifting. There's a few people, mostly men, I should add, who somehow maybe forgot that the 25th was the 25th because there was a lot of gifting in the morning. And then literally at 2 o'clock, it was the gifting had gone to let's go shopping. And we saw that spike, and it was an amazing spike.
Oh, it's going to be interesting to see what happens today with the Boxing Day sales. I tell you what, often we hear that gift cards can be, they're not very personal, but you could actually look at it the complete opposite way and see it as a selfless thing because you have more choice.
Look, you do. You're not putting your taste onto somebody else. But what we found this year, particularly with COVID and with the pandemic, a lot of people around Australia couldn't travel to see family in Australia. And so there was a lot of gifting going on that included a video message. And we also saw a lot of outbound gifting internationally, particularly some of our people New Zealanders who might be in Australia going to sending family and friends back in New Zealand and the US and the UK. So there was an incredible amount of gifting because people just were unable to travel, and you could personalise it. So you personalise it, and the recipient gets to go, I want to go to Spotify, or I want to go spend it at Uber Eats or the Iconic or David Jones. The choice is yours.
And you might not know the person too well. It might be, a collaboration of people putting some money in together for maybe their school teacher or somebody in the workplace environment that you're not too close to perhaps in terms of knowing their personal taste. So great for them as well, and also great for children. I know myself, when you receive the vouchers, the children love to actually have that ability to go and choose their own gift.
Totally. In fact, we saw a real interesting, the split between the consumer, the B2C and the B2B. The business community wanted to give their staff or their customers the absolute choice. And we saw that the business community consumers, when they used the cards that the business community had sent to them, they went more to the brands of more of the want kind of brands. David Jones, Rebel Sports, IKEA, whereas a lot of the consumer gifting was more of the needs kind of brands, more around Woolworths, Coles, Caltex, Kmart, Big W. So there was a real distinction in terms of where customers shop, depending on if the gift came from a family or a friend, or if the gift came from an employer.
All right. Well, thank you very much for all of that. It's certainly very encouraging and looking forward to spending up big. And of course, today the Boxing Day sale, which doesn't just last for one day. It certainly goes for a few days indeed. You have a great weekend, and thanks for joining us, Tony Karp, CEO of Prezzee.
Thanks, Jamie.